What's going on, guys and girls? We're here playing some more Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to complete all the mission tasks for Mission 39, which is the total stealth version of Over the Fence. So because this is a total stealth version, we're going to be trying to do this very sneakily, so we're going to be taking all the sneaky gear. Basically, the things that we're going to be using are the tranquilizer sniper rifle, tranquilizer pistol, the sleeping grenades, and we're also going to be using the magazines, so the ones that you can throw and distract people with. So that's what we're going to be basically using in this mission. We're also going to be taking in D-Dog because he's super helpful in total stealth missions, because he will just spot enemies all over the place and you won't have to worry about having an enemy sneak right up behind you without you knowing that he's there. So just as we're being heli lifted in, I'm just going to show some of the locations that we are going to need in this mission. So first of all, the vehicle travels along this road right here, then you'll travel down here and end up going out of the mission area eventually. So we want to get him early on, and then we've also got the so the first marker I placed was where the engineer is, the second marker is the blueprints, and the third marker is the prisoner planning on escaping the barracks. So what we're going to do is we're just going to head over there. You don't really need the vehicle. I'm not too sure how much faster it is using this vehicle to get over here, but I think it's a little bit faster, so that's why I decided to use it. And then what you want to do is just run down here. You can even drive the vehicle down here, just make sure you don't crash it and make it explode, because that would be really bad for total stealth. And we're just going to tranquilize that guy so that we can then extract him, so we don't have to worry about him when we're trying to run past him again, when we're trying to get back into the base after getting some of these guys. So we're just going to actually wait for the vehicle to show up. It's a little four-wheel drive Jeep that we're going to be using, so basically the same thing that I was just using, and we're going to extract that when it comes closer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to position myself right here, and this will allow me to tranquilize these guys very easily at the right time. So once this first guy ends up spotting me, that is when I'm going to tranquilize him, and I'm going to just shoot him in the leg so I get a little bit of time so before he will actually do anything and before he actually falls asleep. So we're just going to hit him right there. He just, as you can see, he just noticed me because he got close enough. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit this guy just as he hops out of his vehicle, and this guy just as he walks past the vehicle. Sometimes that second guy is up where that first guy is. So not the guy who hopped out of the vehicle, but the guy who was just walking up down the road. Sometimes he's all the way up, standing right next to the guy I tranquilized first, but sometimes he's not. So we just want to tranquilize him wherever he is. And hopefully this guy hasn't called in an alert by now, so you just want to make sure that he doesn't call in an alert. Usually when I've tranquilized them where they are right now, this guy doesn't actually see them just because of where he's positioned and all the obstacles between him and all the people asleep. So usually he doesn't see it, but sometimes he does. And from here we're just going to throw a sleep grenade all the way over there, and he's going to try and run away from the sleep grenade, but he's actually not going to get very far. Actually, that time he just dives down. Sometimes he tries to run away, sometimes he does get away from it before it activates, so you just have to be aware of that. And there's the location of the Jeep that we're going to extract. Now remember, if you don't get it now, it'll actually start moving along and it'll actually end up driving all the way out of the mission area eventually, so you just have to make sure that you get that early on, that Jeep. So now what we're doing is, you might think, where am I running now? I'm actually running over to this area. This is going to be pretty much the same as I did this in the first time we played through this mission. I'm just going to be doing slightly different things because we're doing the total stealth one, so we just want to really make sure that we don't get spotted. And we're just going to do things in a way that just helps us out with that. So over here you can just run as much as you like. There's no guards anywhere near this area at 6 o'clock, so that is also the deployment time. I showed that in the start of the video. We're deploying at 6 o'clock, so we're just going to run up here, and then this is when we're going to start having to sneak, because there's the guard over there and there are some guards down there that D-Dogs is eventually going to spot for us. It's just we got there really quickly and D-Dog's just kind of lagging behind a little bit. And once we get up to this location, we're going to find the prisoner that is planning to escape, and we're not going to extract him right here because of the fact that the guard right in front of me, as we are looking right here, so the little triangle you'll see through the prisoner, he is actually just within 30 meters of the location, so he will be alerted to the Fulton extraction process if you try and do it that close to him. So anyone who is within 30 meters will hear it, and they will actually turn around and try and investigate, or they'll call in and say there's something weird or worth investigating. So you don't really want that to happen, so we just move them a little bit further away from that soldier right there, and then we're just going to do a bit of diving so that we can get over this a bit quicker. We don't have to worry about the guards spotting us. Now I do get to this point a bit quicker than I usually do, so we're actually going to have to wait a little bit here. So there's this soldier just over here, and he is in a full riot suit, and usually when I get to this point, he is just about to start walking in to the building, and he's going to actually walk down the stairs that you can't see at the moment. But for some reason I ended up getting here much earlier than I usually do, because I tried this mission a bunch of times so I could actually get this playthrough very well, like a really good playthrough for you guys. And so we're just going to wait here until he ends up walking inside. So you got a bit of time to do that first section before you actually have to worry about this happening. So either I'm really early or he's just running late on his bit of coding for this mission. So what we're going to do is, as he walks in here, we're just going to stay right here until he starts walking down the stairs. And then we're going to just wait until he's walking the right direction. So the stairs kind of come towards you, and then they turn around and they start heading away from you. And when they start heading away from you, that is when you're going to sneak up behind him and choke him out. Or you could actually just throw a grenade if you wanted to, but you don't really want to alert anyone else around the area. So I decided to choke him out and be really stealthily when I do it. So that's what I'm doing here. And you can't tranquilize him because he's in a full riot suit, so you just have to be careful about that. And I didn't want to throw a decoy or anything like that. And then we've got this guy right here. He is on a little like guard mission of the engineer. So what we're going to do is, this is when we're going to use the magazine, and we're just going to throw it over that way. So he's now going to be looking in the opposite direction of us, and we're just going to shoot him twice with the tranquilizer in his legs so that we can get to the engineer without this guy even knowing we were here. We're also going to be able to Fulton extract this guy because there are no guards within 30 meters of you when you're doing this. So now what we can do is unlock this door. Remember, tap the unlock button. So on PlayStation it's triangle, on Xbox it will be Y. If you keep tapping it faster, then it will unlock faster. Something that someone taught me when I was playing early on, when I was playing this game, making these videos, and it was like, you don't have to wait for the unlock. I was like, oh, really? I never knew that. And when you go to extract this guy, even though if you have the wormhole Fulton device, you can just extract him like this as long as you place him in the right spot, and you will get the mission task for extracting him out through the roof, the hole in the roof. So I got that mission task in this mission, and I'll show you later on all the mission tasks that to prove to you that I got all the mission tasks. We're also going to extract this guy so that he doesn't wake up and be like, oh, someone attacked me, and we don't want that to happen. So as you can see, I have got the mission task where we extracted the engineer through the hole in the roof, even though I used the wormhole Fulton device. Just as long as he's in the right position, you will get that mission task. And we are going to tranquilize this guy right here, and this is actually going to trigger someone else spotting him, and we want that to happen. We want them to spot someone tranquilized over here so that they will go and wake him up. Basically what happens is that makes everyone go on alert, and everyone will go to that location. And when that happens, that will allow us to get to the blueprints very easily without anyone spotting me. So these guys are just kind of walking around, and now they're kind of in alert status, and they will go to these guys that have been tranquilized. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to sneak down here and get there. This guy was running a little bit late to the party, so we're just going to tranquilize him to try and make sure that no one spots you like that. And then we're going to just make sure everything's okay. We're going to tranquilize this guy again, just so he falls asleep again, and so we get a little bit more time. So that's what we're going to do. Just going to hit him once in the arm, and now we're just going to go in and get the blueprints. So there are the blueprints right there. This is the exact location. You guys probably already know that because you've most likely done the earlier version of this mission, and I highly recommend doing that one, doing all the mission tasks on that one before doing this one. And then you just want to sneak out of here very, very carefully without anyone spotting you. And you can just head up this location, so just head up this way, and you can get out of here without being spotted. You just want to make sure that during those gaps there, that no one's looking directly at you, because they are close enough to spot you, especially if you're sprinting up this way. So once you get up here, I'm just going to show you I've completed all the mission tasks, and I'm also going to call in a helicopter. You can probably just run out of the mission area from this point, but I'm going to use the helicopter to get me out. And there are going to be 2 guards just down here, 2 soldiers on patrol down the road, and so we're just going to tranquilize them from here. None of them in riot suits or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about that. So just hitting them both in the leg each, or you can hit them in the face if you really wanted to, and tranquilize them. And we're just going to jump down here. Careful of how far you jump down, because that could end up killing you if you do that too much. There is a crack in the rock along that cliff that you can climb down if you find it. And what we're going to do is we just have to get out of here now. And this will also give us an S rank because I did it fast enough, and because it's a total stealth mission, you can't allow it to get any reflex modes or anything like that, because reflex mode is disabled. So you can't allow anything like that, and that will give us S rank, and there are all the mission tasks all complete, and that is this mission. So we're just waiting for the score screen to show up, basically. So we're now out of the hot zone, and Snake will get into his car, into a helicopter, and we'll get the score screen. As soon as that shows up, where is it? There we go. And we get 219,000 points. So we get tons more points than we actually needed to. So that's all we have to really do. So that's all I'm going to do for this video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have now got all the mission tasks for this mission, and also S-ranked it, hopefully. And now it's time for me to say see you guys and girls, and hopefully see you in the next video.